Hello and welcome to EV Focus Now, and today we're going to talk about the newly released information on the Nissan ARIYA SUV, all-electric SUV, that's due to come out sometime in late 2021. They said mid 2021, but I'm assuming it's going to be pretty much in the late third quarter or mid fourth quarter, pretty much. So closer to 2022, but late 2021. And today we're going to talk about what do you think about what Nissan has done here with their latest uh, second all-electric car, and this one's an SUV, unlike the Leaf that was more of a wagon, kind of a hatchback kind of model that launched Nissan right around when Tesla launched their first Model S. So Nissan's been in the game for a while now, but they haven't really done much after their initial launch of the Leaf, which a lot of things the Leaf is missing and could be improved was forgiven, as that was the first model that came out. They had it out, and battery technology and information was very limited. But over the years, they have not increased the, I guess, the technology of the Leaf and made it the battery management better and the overall look of the Leaf better, though they had a refresh in 2018, but they didn't really do much with the battery, which kind of set people off a little bit. And I believe put Nissan back, even though it does well in other countries. In America, it kind of lowered it with all the new electric cars coming out from other manufacturers. So let's talk a little bit about the pros of the ARIYA. So first is an SUV, which is fantastic. SUVs, mid-size, compact SUVs are what's selling right now, bigger than sedans or anything else. It's what every manufacturer is producing right now, what's popular among consumers. So coming out with SUV is fantastic. 300-mile range, great starting point to have this car. Now it has two different size batteries. But the long range front wheel drive, I believe, is 300 miles of range, which is exactly where you need to be, I think, when launching a decent SUV. 250 maybe at the minimum, but 300 is a great place to start, because when you talk about 300 mile range, that's without the air conditioning on, that's without running the radio, any other functions. So really, when you throw those things in there, then you're talking about really 280 miles of range, roughly. So that's a great starting point. This vehicle comes in a 2 or 4-wheel drive. Their 4-wheel drive is called the E-Force, which I watched a video on it. I'm still trying to understand how is this. It's kind of a unique way of a 4-wheel drive, all-wheel drive anyway, not 4-wheel drive, all-wheel drive vehicle. Let's be clear, it's not 4-wheel drive, it's all-wheel drive. So it's a little difference there. We'll see how that works out, but they call it the E-Force. But the fact that it has it is very key. The upscale interior, it looks great. The interior looks fantastic, looks premium, looks very modern and techy, and that's what you want to see. You got two large screens here, very simplistic, but yet you have everything you want right in front of you there. Instead of just one big screen like Tesla and the Model 3, you have two screens to actually keep the vehicle in its regular, kind of a look of a regular car, where you have your speedometer screen, you have another entertainment screen. And I think more people tend to like that look, because it's more familiar to what a regular car look like. Even though the Tesla Model 3 is not hard to get used to and it works fine, but I still think Tesla could have done better by putting a small, maybe a 7-inch or even 10-inch, but small, not as tall, maybe 3-inch tall, 10-inch wide speedometer screen in front of, behind the steering wheel, similar to what the Ford Mach-E has done. So I think they could have done that. But anyway, getting back to the ARIYA, the design is a very modern but slightly futuristic look, so it's very Nissan-ish, so to speak. I like it. It's not too far out, but it's very like modern and futuristic, which gives it a nice different look. I love the whole no radiator, no grill at all, just a black sheet of plastic that just with a little artistic design, and I think that looks really cool. And the lights look fantastic as they wrap around. The daytime running lights look great. So it's a unique look. It's going to stand out, and I think that's really nice. The cost is going to be in the mid-40s, $40,000 once you add on features. Now I think it's going to be most closely to 47, 48,000. Now of course you can get I think, well, Nissan has a little bit of tax credits left, but not they're not really going to be able to take advantage of this because they'll be all out probably by the time this car comes out. But it's you know, I think it's going to be more 47,000 once you add on all the, you know, accessories and add-on things. Maybe you want the bigger wheels. Maybe that's a upcharge. Maybe to get the Pro Pilot full assist packages update, you know, or an upgrade, so to speak. So I think it's going to be slightly more with taxes and destination fees, all those things. One of the great things, two things that they did on this one is add an active battery management system. So it's supposed to be liquid cooled system, my understanding, which is what people have been begging for, and which I still don't understand why they didn't do with the Nissan Leaf, especially in some hot climates in the Southwest and even in the South, where you had rapid gate. I don't know why they're so resistant with this, but they finally did it with this car, and that's key. That, I will tell you, that's one of the reasons why I have resisted from buying the new Leaf, because I'm like, you know what, it doesn't have an active battery management system, and I can't have the battery you know, having degradation in the next 2 or 3 years, and then what? So that was a huge thing that I think a lot of people were happy to see. And also getting rid of CHAdeMO. It has a CCS charging port now, which is where you need to be. You know, the Electrify America charging stations and the EV Goes, and even charge points. They all have high, you know, 70 kilowatts up to 150, 350 kilowatt chargers now. But the CHAdeMO you know, adapter only charges in most places to 50 kilowatts. So having that now is really key, because now this car is supposed to be able to accept over 100 kilowatts, I think up to 130 kilowatts, which is fantastic. Not Tesla speed of 220 or whatever that the Model 3 does, but hey, you know what? Your Model S typically will charge in this speed, 130 kilowatts, 140 kilowatts, so that's fantastic. And having that makes a big difference, having the CCS and having the charging speed of that nature. Another thing about this is coming to North America, and it's going to be sold in all states, which is key. You know, even the Chevy Bolt, which is you know, made by Chevy, wasn't sold in all states right away, which was so stupid. I don't understand why they do that, but I know it's part of we only want to put it out to green, ZEV states, okay, whatever. But you know, Nissan has always done a good job with that, which is why the Leaf has sold so well in the past, because it's available everywhere. But that's a key thing, have it sold in America and all, you know, states. And I'm talking to you, BMW iX3, that is not coming to America, which is such a shame, but that's another video. Another great thing about this vehicle that I think is has a leg up on the Tesla Model Y, you will be able to lease this vehicle. You don't have to just buy it, you can lease it. And a lot of people like myself like leasing, because I always tell people, you always want to lease tech. You don't want to buy tech, because tech gets old. Now, of course, the Tesla, you know, they're able over-the-air updates, which this car is supposed to have over-the-air updates too, but not to the level of Tesla. So you can buy a car and it'll have updates that keep it, making it feel like new. And Tesla doesn't change its body style design too much, so it's always going to look like a new car. So besides that, that's fine. But what I mean by tech is, look at the battery system and the upgraded battery in Model 3 to the Model S. It's a big difference. So, you know, that's what I mean by tech, that you always want to lease it, because then you always get the newest, latest tech out there available. But like I said, with the Tesla, you don't have to worry about it as much, but it always tell people, lease tech, do not buy tech. So the fact that you can lease this vehicle is right up my alley, and something I'm looking forward to. And last but not least, the build quality will not be an issue, or getting repairs on this car. So build quality, you know, Nissan is known for great build quality. Any of the legacy manufacturers, build quality control is going to be something that is done religiously and without question. Unlike, you know, I hate to say this, but the Model Y, the Model 3 had a lot of build quality issues. They're getting better, but you can see on YouTube, you can see a lot of the Model Y build quality issue videos, and it is not good. It's just ridiculous that some of these cars are leaving the factory the way they are, and I know Tesla will fix it afterward, but still, come on, these are 50,000 plus cars, $1,000 a year plus cars anyway, and the build quality should not even be in question. The paint quality, things of that nature, but that will not be an issue with Nissan. So you're going to get a very well made car, very comfortable, put together well, and repairs, you don't have to wait weeks or whatever for parts. You'll be able to get the car repaired within 2 weeks, 3 weeks time, which is fantastic if you get in an accident. Now let's talk about some of the cons. And not too many, but there are a couple. Basically, one of the cons I want to talk about is realistically, it will not be in the U.S. till mid or late 2021, which is a shame. This car should be out now and ready to go now. I don't know why they're waiting so long on this. It's going to be released in China, not China, but Japan. Actually, I think at the end of the year, or will be released in Japan in a couple of months. So, that's a con. It should be available now, ready now. But I'm gonna let it pass because it seems like 2020, everything's getting delayed, everything getting put on hold because of the pandemic going on. So I get it, but for people like myself who are waiting for new vehicles to come out and more, vehicles to compete with Tesla, or more options out there. Not that I don't love Tesla, I do, but more options out there that may be more affordable or easier to get your hands on. The second con, why Nissan would not put this tech into the 2021 Leaf and keep the Leaf going with a similar redesign, similar to what the ARIYA. They could take the Leaf and put this tech in there and redesign the Leaf and keep the Leaf around. The Leaf was one of the cars that helped start this whole revolution along with Tesla, and I wish they would keep it around and update it. Put the active battery management system in there. Redesign the interior a little bit. The exterior looks fine as it is now, but still, can you refresh it, make it look a little better, make it into a mini ARIYA, so to speak. I think they should keep the Leaf around, but I don't know, for some reason, reading they want to get rid of the Leaf. Maybe because of the name, does it sound masculine? Who knows? I don't know. But I think the Leaf could be redesigned and kept in place so you have an SUV and you have a smaller wagon style vehicle that people may want as well. So, why not keep that? But that's disappointing, knowing that they have this tech and they can't put in the Leaf, or they haven't put it in the Leaf for 2020 or 2021. And the last thing is, and the most important thing, is Nissan must make a deal with Electrify America for instant plug and charge availability, to be worry-free as Tesla is for nationwide travel, so to speak. The great thing about Tesla, which is why it still remains to be the best, is not only because it's mapping, geography mapping when you're taking a trip, telling you how long you have to go for you to need to charge, how far you can make it. I know other companies are doing better now. Ford's going to have something that's going to be very competitive as far as mapping when you're driving your EV from different states, and so is Nissan. ProPilot is really fantastic. But the supercharger network, to drive up, plug in, go get the bathroom, go to eat, and not have to worry about it. Did it connect? Did it cut off? Did it accept the payment? All that stuff. That's a big issue that needs to be fixed right now. But Nissan, I think, could make this car really be a factor if it can work with Electrify America, making it that it's just, you just plug in and you go. Charge. Plug and charge. Fill up. The speeds are already there. The Electrify America charging stations are already there with 150 kilowatt chargers to up to 350 kilowatt chargers, so it's there. Electrify America has they built two nationwide pathways to the east coast and to the south, where Florida is, where you can have a station within every 100 or 75 miles, and they're building more and more, so it's there. And so now you just need to really solidify that deal with Electrify America, and the same thing for the Ford Mach-E. Solidify that, make it so it's easy as possible. No more charging cars, no more of that stuff where you just have an Ford account, your money's in there like Tesla, you just plug in and it recognizes the charge and goes. Once that is done, then we're really talking about the vehicles taking off. So basically, the ARIYA, I'm very impressed with it. I love it. I love the way it looks. I think it's going to be a fantastic car. I am definitely interested in getting one. And it could be a serious contender to the Model Y. If they can get the charging part on Electrify America fixed out, then I think the Model Y will have some serious competition. We'll see what the Ford Mach-E will do. But those are the key things. The charging speed and having accept the charge real fast with hassle-free issues, just like the Tesla. So it's going to be very interesting, but I'm happy to see this from Nissan. Interested to see what the new GM models coming out next year, the new Bolt UEV, I believe it's called, their bigger SUV Bolt. I haven't seen it. I heard it looks like a regular Bolt, but it's a little bigger. We'll see. But they're coming out with more. We're still waiting for other manufacturers to catch up and get on board. But very exciting to see Nissan come out with this vehicle. Well, that's it for today's show. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Plus, hit the notification button below to stay on top of all my new videos. Please tune into my next video as well. And when it comes to EVs, continue to stay focused. Bye-bye.